Assalamu alaikum viewers, welcome to the course of Python for absolute beginners. In this video, I will explain variables in Python. I will explain four major things about variables in Python in this video. So the first thing is what are variables? Number two, why we need variables? Then how to create variables in Python? And the last one is rules for defining names of variables in Python. So let's start with what are variables. Variables are basically the names that we give to some memory locations. For example, consider this as a memory and now create a variable. This x is a variable. Now what it will do, it will refer to some memory location like this. Here it is referring to this first memory location. So this x is now a name of this memory location. Okay. Similarly, we can create another variable. Here name is another variable and it is referring to this second memory location. And this second memory location is now named as name. So whenever we want to access these two locations, so we can access them using their names. For example, if I want to access this first location, I can use x to access this location and I can use name variable to access this location. So that is all about what are variables. Now let's move to why we need variables. Variables play a very important role when it comes to programming, as they provide us more flexibility in a program because they allow us to change their value during the program execution. For example, if we have a variable x and it is referring to this memory location and here its value is 20. For now, I want this value as 20. But after some time, if I want to change this value from 20 to 30, so I need a variable here. So whenever we want to change values in our program, then we need variables. Now let's move to how to create variables in Python. Creating variables in Python is very easy. You can create variables in Python by using this syntax. So here this is a name of variable. You can give it any name like ABC, XYZ, but there are certain rules for defining a name of variable. So I will discuss these rules in the end of this video. Now move to this assignment. Is this equal is a assignment operator. What it will do, it will assign a value. It will assign this value to this variable. Now let's see what is this value. This value is it can be anything, like it can be a number like 1 2 3, it can be a string like Python hello world, and it can be even another variable. It can be a sum of two numbers. So you can do a lot of things with this value. For now, let's see how to create variables for strings and numbers in Python. So for creating variables for strings, you have to follow this syntax. Here, this language is basically a name of variable. Then we have this assignment operator, and then look at these two double quotes. What these are saying here, these are telling that this Python is a string. Whenever we want to create a variable for string, we have to write the value in double quotes or a single quotes. Here the value is this Python. This Python is here the value, and these double quotes are showing that this value is a string. Similarly, we can create a variable for numbers in Python. So for creating a variable for number, we can use something like this. Here this x is a variable name, then assignment operator, and then the value is 20. Here you can write any number. So this 20 is not written in double quotes, so we can say that it is a number. But if we write it in double quotes, it will become string, and Python will consider it as a string variable but not a number variable. So if you have to create a number variable, you have to write, you don't need to write it in single quotes or double quotes. But for strings, remember that you must have to write a string in a single quote or double quotes in Python. So now see what are the rules that are defined in Python for creating a names of variable. So the rule number 1 is the variable name can start with the letter from small a to z to capital A to z. Here you can see this language. is a variable which is a legal variable. Okay, because it is starting from a small letter L. Similarly, this language is also a legal variable because it is starting with the capital L, and it is allowed in Python to start a variable name with capital letter or a small letter. And other rule is you can start a name of variable with underscore. For example, underscore language is another legal variable. But the rule says that you cannot write or define a name of variable that starts with a number. For example, like this, 1 2 language. It is not a legal variable in Python, and Python will give you an error when you write this as a variable name. So now move to second rule. Second rule says that the remaining part of the variable can be a letter, can be a underscore, can be any number you want. Like this, language 1 2 is a legal variable. Similarly, is 1 2 3 number underscore is a legal variable, but the Python says that if you want to use some other special character in variable name, then it is not allowed, because Python only allows this underscore as a special character in your variable name. Other special characters will not be considered as a true. For example, like this, if you want to write a variable name like this, language at the rate, then this at the rate is not allowed in Python to be write in a variable name. So the rule number 3 is Python is a case sensitive language. It means that this language is different from this language. This language will be considered as a separate variable, and this language will be considered as a separate variable in Python. These two language variables are two different variables in Python because Python is a case sensitive. If this language is written in a small letter and this language is written in a capital letter, so these two are different variables. And the last rule for defining a name of variable in Python is you cannot use keywords as a variable name. For example, print is a keyword, so you cannot write your variable name as this, like print, because print has some special meaning in Python and you cannot give it your own meaning or your own value to this print. But I said that Python is a case sensitive, so this print is a legal variable name. Why? Because here I have written capital P. So I can give it my own meaning, but to this print I cannot give my own meaning because it has some special meaning in Python and it is a keyword. This print is not a keyword, so I can write it as my variable name. So that is all about variables in Python. In my next video, I will implement all these concepts in the Google Colab. So keep watching. Allah Hafiz.